is titled The Outlaws of Judah and is based on 1 Samuel 21 through 24. Without even taking the time to pack provisions, David flees for Judah, his home country. Famished and tired, he stops for a rest at Nob. There he seeks the help of Ahimelech, the high priest. "David, you look terrible. What are you doing here this late at night? And alone?" David lies to protect the priest. "Don't be alarmed. I'm on a secret mission for King Saul, but I need bread, food, anything you have. All I have is the holy bread in the tabernacle, but if it's a matter of starving to death, I can let you have it. Also, I left in such a hurry that I forgot to bring a weapon. Do you have a sword or a spear? We are priests. We don't fight or keep weapons. The only thing we have is the sword of Goliath. We've kept it here as a trophy of your victory. Once you were used to fight against the Lord, but now I will wield you in the Lord's service." Unfortunately, one of Saul's spies sees David leave the priest at Nob. He goes to report to his master. David goes into hiding in Judah. "Lord, you said I would be king. Now here I am, an outlaw, all alone in a cave. I trust you, but I don't see that I'm much of a king. A real king has an army, prophets, and priests. I only have a sword that's too big for me." News of David's whereabouts spreads quickly. 400 men, refugees, homeless, and his relatives join him in exile. "King Saul has declared you an outlaw, but we want to fight for you." "Then fight for me, you shall. We will protect the poor people of Judah in the name of the Lord." And so, out of rejects and relatives, David gets his first army. Among his relatives, 3 of David's nephews will become indispensable to him. Joab will be David's commander. Abishai will grow into a mighty warrior and bodyguard, and Asahel, fast as a gazelle, will chase down David's enemies. One day, "I'm Gad, one of King Saul's prophets, but the Lord has told me that you are his anointed king, so I am here to serve you. And as my first duty, I must warn you to move your camp into the forest of Herth." And so, David gets his first prophet. Meanwhile, Saul has summoned Ahimelech and all the priests of Nob and accuses them of treason for helping David. "How is it treason to help one of your most loyal soldiers? He's your son-in-law." "Of course I helped him. You helped my enemy, and for this you will die." In his insane desire for revenge, Saul orders the death of not only the priests of Nob, but every man, woman, and child in their city. Only one man escapes: Abiathar, the son of Ahimelech, the high priest. He carries tragic news to David. "I am the only priest left, but I saved the high priest's ephod and brought it with me. God forgive me, I am partly to blame. I asked for help, and your father gave it. Stay with me, for now Saul wants your life as mine. Saul has broken his faith with the Lord. I will serve you." And so David gets his first priest. God has now given him the full entourage of a king. Gad informs David that Philistines have attacked the poor town of Keilah, and Abiathar relays God's command to attack and rescue his fellow Judeans. David's men however, are less than confident. We have no training. We can't fight against the Philistines' army. Actually, I'm in the middle of a fast. It's true, Uncle. It's one thing to defend you against Saul, but the Philistines are way too strong for us. Men of Judah, our father prophesies, your hand shall wring your enemy's neck. Now you crouch in hiding like a young lion, but who dare provoke you? Lions of Judah, God has delivered our enemy into our hands. Fight with me. Fight for your families. Fight for God. Encouraged by David's words, his men shake off their fear and march on to fight. They inflict heavy losses on the Philistines, taking their plunder and sharing it with the people of Keilah. But while they are celebrating their first victory, David's prophet and priests bring him troubling news. David, God warned me that Saul is on his way here to capture you. Abiathar used the ephod to ask the Lord if the people of Keilah will defend me or hand me over to Saul. The Lord says they will betray you to Saul. Then let's go. Even though he has just rescued their town, David is forced to flee from the fickle citizens of Keilah and hide in nearby caves. However, 200 men are impressed by his bravery and join his army. He now has 600 soldiers. King Saul and his army arrive too late to capture David at Keilah. As Saul hunts for David in the desert, he stops to rest in the cave, unaware that David and some of his men are hiding in the back of it. Why doesn't David kill him? This is it, Uncle David. The Lord promised you would be king, and now the Lord has delivered the old king, helpless, into your hands. David looks down at the king and thinks of all the times Saul has tried to kill him. Now the jealous king is at his mercy, but David only bends down and carefully cuts off a piece of royal robe. I understand he's your father-in-law. If you don't want to kill him, I'll do it for you. No. He was chosen by God to be our king. It is not for us to decide when he will die. After a while, Saul leaves the cave and David calls after him, "My lord the king!" "David? Why do you keep hunting me? I mean you no harm. See this piece of cloth? I cut it from your robe. I could have killed you, but I didn't." "My father, if I have wronged God, let him judge me, but how have I wronged you? I am ashamed. You are a better man than I am, David. I will go and leave you alone." Saul leads his army away, but a short time later David learns that Saul has forced Michal, David's wife, to marry another man. This shows David that Saul has not forgiven him. Words comes too that after many years of serving the Lord, the prophet Samuel has died. The end.